Good morning and welcome to our Tuesday morning learning. We're back in the Sefer HaChinuch, the list and explanation of the commandments written by a rabbi in Barcelona in 13th century. We have a double parashat this week, Chukat and Balak. There are no mitzvot in Balak, but we're going to look at a mitzvah in Chukat. In fact, the mitzvah after which the parashat is named, the chok, the commandment without any known reason, which is archetypally the red heifer. When somebody was impure from having contact with a dead body, the only way to get out of that level of impurity was to have sprinkled upon them water, which was a mixture of water, hyssop, cedar, a red thread burned up, and most centrally the ashes of a purely red heifer, which was slaughtered and then burned. This is considered to be the archetypal chok, the archetypal commandment which we cannot understand, because it renders those who are sprinkled with it pure. But as we'll see, it has other strange elements to it as well. But most fundamentally, we can't really understand how it is that somebody who's contracted death impurity should become pure all of a sudden because this mixture is sprinkled upon them. Now, when we think about the Chinuch's approach to this mitzvah, he's in a bit of a difficulty, because the whole purpose of this book, the Sefer, is to explain the reasons for the commandments. Mishar Shea Mitzvah is his usual refrain. Here are some of the underlying ideas or teachings or reasons. Reasons might be a bit strong, but certainly ideas or teachings from this mitzvah. And yet, throughout the rabbinic literature, we are sort of warned off from even thinking we can understand the red heifer, and therefore, what's he going to do? How is he going to approach this whole question when his entire enterprise seems to founder on this particular mitzvah? So let's see what he does. So he says, "Mitzvah's Parah Adumah, the mitzvah of the red heifer. Shnitz Tavu Yisrael. Israel is commanded, Lisrof Parah Adumah, to burn the red heifer, Lios Ephra Muchan Nemisha Yitztarech Aleha, in order that it should be ready and prepared for anybody who needs it for purification purposes. Matara Metumas Meis, in order to render them pure from the impurity of contact with the dead body. Shneimar, as the verse says, Daber el Bnei Yisrael, speak to children of Israel, Yichu Elecha Parah Adumah, etc. They should take for yourselves a red heifer. And this should be a safeguard for the children of Israel, something they have to keep carefully and loyally observe. And now he's going to go into the whole difficulty of how he can even begin to explain the meanings of this mitzvah. Afalpi Shemila'ani libi lechtov ramazim mitame ha-mitzvot shekadmu, even though I have been endeavouring to explain the hints, the ideas, which are amongst the reasons for these mitzvot, the whole mitzvot and the whole Torah, al pshat, on the basis of straightforward and plain meanings. Ha'itnatz lut hamalacha lachanech ba b'ni v'narim chavei rav, in order to teach my son and his young friends. Yishrem Kel, may God look after them. As I think I mentioned early on, there's an idea that this was written for his teenage son to keep him busy on Shabbos afternoons. B'mitzvah zo, rafu yadai, v'ira livsot pi alecha klal gam b'pshat. But when it comes to this mitzvah, my hands are weak, and I'm afraid even to open my mouth, even to begin discussing, even on a simple and straightforward level. Hiraisi l'rasenu zechron avracha herichu b'dibor ha'omek soda v'godel inyana, because the rabbi spoke at length, talking about how deep is the secret of this mitzvah and how great is its content. Ad she'amru hamelech Shlomo hisig ledas biribui chachmaso kol tamei haTorah chutz mizo, to the extent of saying that even King Solomon, who was the wisest of all people, even he was unable to extend his wisdom to understanding this mitzvah. Shama Alecha, he said about this mitzvah in Koheles, in the book of Ecclesiastes, written by King Solomon, Amarti ech kama v'hi rechoka mimeni. I said I'll understand, but this was far from me. I couldn't work out what this mitzvah was all about. Gam Amru b'Midrash. It also says in the Midrash, Rabbi Tanchuma, the Midrash Tanchuma, one of the Midrashic collections, Rabbi Yossi b'Rabbi Chanina Omer, Amala Kodesh Baruch Hu leMoshe, Lecha ani megala tam Parah Adumah, v'lo lacherim. God said to Moses, I will tell you the reason for the red heifer, but I'm not going to tell anyone else. And there are many other similar remarks, comments, statements of the rabbis that we really can't understand what's going on here. V'ata now, al yachashov shomea, she'inyan soda v'seder chuka, hu miosa mitaheres b'hagia efra al guf ha-mitaher, sheharei ke'ein davar zeh, yimsa b'shar ha-korbanos ke'inyan hazav v'lo-yolodos, she'tashlum tarasan b'karbanan hu. So first he makes a clarification. What is so difficult to understand about this particular mitzvah? You might think it's because somebody is purified by having ashes sprinkled upon them. That's not the case, says the Sefer HaChinuch, because it's true of other sacrifices as well. If somebody gives birth, for example, they become impure for a while, and then they are made pure by the sprinkling of ashes. So it's not that in itself. We are aware of other places where sprinkling ashes does the job of achieving purification. So what's the real wonder? What's the really surprising element of this mitzvah? Aval ikahaf pele, but the essence of the wonder, lefi ma sheshamati, according to what I've learnt, what I've heard, hu heyosa mitaheres hatmeim tam'ah haoskin b'sreifasa. The really strange element of all this is that while it makes those who are impure pure, it makes impure those who are involved in the burning. Those who are involved in the burning of the red heifer to prepare the ashes themselves become impure. That's the strange thing. Ve'afalpi shebechol hachatos hanisrafos min haparim umin haseirim hadin kain. And even though there are many other offerings in which one does become impure by the act of burning, that for as long as it's still burning, before it becomes ashes, one's garments become impure because one has been involved in the act of burning. These are not ashes which render other people pure. So the Chinuch is saying this: I can understand, or we have other cases in which ashes render people pure. Fine, very good. And we have cases in which ashes, the act of burning the animal to make the ashes, renders one impure. Fine, well and good. What we have in no other place is this very strange combination in which the ashes themselves are an agent of purification, but the preparation of them is a source of impurity. That's the strange thing, that in the same ritual we have both a purifying and an impurifying power involved in the same, not quite the same action, but at least the same ritual, the same mitzvah. That's the very strange thing that's going on here. Gamkein ha-tema hagadol ba. This is the really strange thing. Biosa nasis michutz lemachaneh. Also that it takes place outside the camp. Normally sacrifices are offered in the inside the camp, inside the temple, inside the tabernacle, or just outside it. But this takes place all the way outside the camp, which is not true of any other sacrifices. And in fact, it's even stranger because it gives the nations of the world a claim against the Jewish people. What's that claim? Ki yachshavu shehi nizbachas l'seirim al pnei hasadeh k'min hagam hayom. It looks as though we are sacrificing to the demons of the field, that we're going out into the field where people used to believe, and in the Chinuch's day maybe they still believed, that demons and nasties live in the open fields, and that's why the red heifer was sacrificed over in the field. That's not the reason at all, but such a strange ritual gives an opening for that unfair accusation. V'amnan kama serufos be'isbe haseda ha'elyonos min ha'erez asher balvonon ad ezav asher ba'akir meleim sugula b'hafachim. But he says, he now begins to move towards a sort of explanation, a rational explanation. He says, in fact, we know from the field of medicine that there are certain plants or herbs, whether it's a cedar of Lebanon or the hyssop, both of which are involved in the combination which leads to the final product of this ash and water mixture for purification. We do know that there are certain elements, certain medicines, which have opposite effects depending on the malady which the person who's being treated actually has. Yikaru hachamim, it cools the hot. V'chamamu hakarim, and it heats the cool. I think Gladstone said about tea that it cheers you up when you are miserable and it calms you down when you're overexcited. Ve'ilu yadanu mahus hanefesh v'sharsha machalasa v'yursa. And he says, if we examine not the body, but the soul, and the essence of the soul, and its illnesses, and its health, navim v'ulai, ki sugula hapara gamkein lahachali hanefesh ulatam'a besak hasrefa. It could well be that there's a mechanical process almost, which just as a medicine works on the body, the soul is somehow impacted upon by the ashes, and just as a physical medicine, a material medicine, can affect somebody in different ways depending on what they need, so too the spiritual remedy of the red heifer can work in different ways on different people. It can make somebody who's pure impure, and somebody who's impure pure. Bachrei heyosa efer merapa machla hatuma ze'ene baro lahasig be'inyan klum. It's not clear if this is an accurate designation. This is an accurate explanation. Ela chibas hakodesh v'acheshek lahasig yedia benistar yanid hakaneh lechto. But I'm so keen on understanding my love of the sacred is so great, and my will and my desire to understand it is so tremendous. I've at least suggested this. So he doesn't come as he normally does. He doesn't even mention the words mishasha mitzvah, the meanings of the mitzvah. He doesn't get that bold, and he doesn't really come to a full explanation as he does in other areas. But at least he raises one idea that maybe, and this is quite a rational way of thinking about it, or trying to place the red heifer on a sort of rational basis, just as a physical remedy can have different effects depending on the circumstances, so too the spiritual remedy can also have different effects depending on the circumstances. If you need to be made pure, then it works in that way, but it also can make you impure. I suppose there are certain parallels. Certain medicines are very important for remedying certain diseases, but they also can have nasty side effects on those who don't need them, and even on those who do need them. So there's nothing straightforward in the physical world, so why should there be some things which are straightforward either in the spiritual world? Thank you for joining, and we'll learn again next week.